Every story has a beginning, and just like for the three of us, we all started in January. We were younger then, in terms of life and writing. Jaden was still living at home. He was, well, quite the paranoid individual. Robin was still living at home. He was the more abrasive, bookish individual. And I was just desperate to get out of my loneliness. Meeting these two fired something inside of me that inspired me. And this is the story of the three of us and how we grew up in terms of life and writing.
Outside Flinders Street, the heart of Melbourne is where you feel the heart of the heat.
Just on our way to get coffee. God, this is
Caffeine. We're pretty pretentious about our coffee here in
Melbourne.
Here in Melbourne, yeah.
To be honest, it's pretty good. Like, it's gonna blow our brains off. So we've already met two characters on the street. One guy was aggressively selling Jaden over here a big issue, and another guy said nobody carries help.
Dude, that coffee was so brutal.
This one's pretty good. This one's, I want to savor it.
Yeah.
Is that my arsehole's gonna fall out? Yeah. For the early days of our time together, well, the very beginning, we would run around the street like a bunch of idiots, talking to every stranger on every street corner. I showed Robin and Jaden my world, the world I've got to know very well on the street. This was before we planned on writing a book. This was when everything was fun and magic, like firecrackers. So I thought I would show you just a light-hearted glint in our eyes as we run around the street, having fun, writing the conversations we had with strangers, and just trying to make the best of our lives at that point in time. Not taking ourselves seriously. And well, the book that we wrote in the end captured just this.
Himself and ravaged him with markings he'll carry to the street grave between a graffiti wall and a skip, but he'll dream of the snow.
You motherfucker saying that you need to keep writing your poems, don't you stop writing those poems.
Yeah.
This is what makes the thing so special as well.
And Jay is like 19, so you're 1995. That's your price tag.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, I didn't know that.
Jaden, you need to keep doing his poems, man.
Poetry? Yeah,
Yeah.
I should do some poetry.
What do you mean you should? You have to. It's your duty.
Yeah. Poetry is it's my calling. I think it's cheap.
He thinks it's cheating, but it's because we can't do it.
Exactly. Yeah, I can't write poems for shit, man.
Yeah.
Oh, but can I?
You can.
The question is, can I?
Yeah.
Do I know what I'm doing?
Yes, you do.
Do I have any idea what I'm doing?
Shut up, you can.
Yeah. So we're code knocking on Text Publishing Melbourne. Yeah, we're code knocking.
How are we gonna get in?
I don't know. There's no way we're gonna get in.
You want to bet?
All right. Do you want to bet $10?
Yeah, it's this building. Yeah. I decided as a way to fire the boys up was to just go to Text Publishing, the biggest publisher in Melbourne, and knock on their door and ask them if they're interested in working with us on creating a little collective of writers in Melbourne. I was pretty sure that they would just turn us away, but I thought it'd be a good way to show the other two that we don't need to wait for acceptance, we can just go and do it now. And I thought that would help with our writing. And well, it did. It gave us the confidence to believe in ourselves. Making a call.
Yeah.
Right, I'll do the talking, yeah?
Yeah, sure. It's Text Publishing. This is the biggest fucking publishing house in Melbourne. So I'm gonna get a rejection letter from there.
I can't wait for my 10 rejection letters from Text.
If the lights are on, it must be open.
Maybe the one person left in the office is taking a shit.
We'll just wait here.
Dude, my heart's racing so fast right now.
Text Publishing.
It's Text Publishing.
Hi there, you part of Text Publishing? We're based to meet somebody, because we're starting a collective for Melbourne young writers. And I was wondering if anyone would be interested to talk. I know it's a weird time.
Don't know if we've got space to that today, but if you want to do that, that's
You know what that means.
Yeah. It's a no.
No, it's not.
Ground floor.
Is it textpublishing.com.au, right?
Oh, yeah, holy crap. Do you know what just happened?
How you feeling?
It's 40 degrees. Let's go to yours, come on.
was so cold, I was standing in the air conditioning. Oh, it smells of cooking. It smells like you've been cooking lamb.
What's happening? Oh my god.
It's got some ice. Do it again. I dare you. I dare you. What was he doing? Go on, do it. One more. For the film. For the film. Living the dream. How do you feel after the shower, mate?
Amazing.
Yeah?
Awake, refreshed, ready to get some writing done.
Slowly out in space. Working class. I'm just ready for this job.
I'm going to just start saying ready to begin.
Yeah.
So now we've got our craziness out into the world. Let's put it into paper.
Yep. We've got the field note on a tiny little notebook that I have, which is... Where the hell is my notebook? As a gone for journalist, you want to have a tiny notebook with you where you can scribble down everything, bits and pieces of everything.
As you can see by the
It's pretty
just
messed
pure
up.
madness of fun and immaturity and just letting loose, you can see the passion that we share for what we're doing. Before the reality of the world kicks in, before the project becomes official, before we announce we're going to release a book, you can see the pure, uninhibited innocence and purity of a project right then and there. And a lot of what is in our book comes from these moments. More edited, hours and hours of editing, but the foundation and the originality comes from these uninhibited moments, as you can see. I do miss the times when we just wrote. We wrote what we believed in, we wrote what we saw, and that was a beautiful time, really was. And if you're watching this and you have friends who want to write, I highly recommend just go full-blown madness and write to your heart's content. And as you can see, yeah, it was just a good time. After completing the first part,
I am like, whenever I get on the microphone, I get really stressed because I'm just like.
I always go like white froth in my mouth and it looks like weird, horrible.
You can't really hear yourself like into the microphone, right? You're just like, what do I sound like? And you sort of like do the same thing. And you're like, am I mumbling my words?
Does your mouth go dry?
Yeah. That's why you need water.
And your throat goes like really like.
A man in a cap approaches us, wearing disappointment in the lines of his face and in his bright blue eyes.
No one carries help in their pockets anymore. He swigs from a coffee cup. No one carries help. All I want is enough money to hit up McDonald's.
There's the bastard. Look at him. What's going on?
What's going on?
Who are you?
I am a fool, a big fool who writes his heart out and calls himself Jaden, named after a murdered baby. I hope you all like that. I'm named after a murdered baby.
I want to see how you write, yeah.
That's hard. It's like a crafts person, just like, I hate this notebook.
Oh my god, months have passed since we first met, since the video I just showed on chapter 1. And I'm pretty sure you can see, especially in Jaden, the changing confidence in himself and what he's doing.
Fuck you!
Let's go to Dimmicks.
What?
Let's go to Dimmicks.
Dimmicks?
And do what?
Do what?
We always just look at books.
Yeah, let's not.
Do we need temptation to spend money?
No.
We have books. We've read books. We know books.
We need to live more. We
I'm
don't want to
sick.
read, we need to live a bit today.
Yeah.
The three of us have grown to feel more comfortable in ourselves, and whether that's blind confidence or what, we just feel more proud to just be ourselves and scream on the street and just have a good time and find meaning in all the stories that we like to find. This is still before we decided to write a book, when everything was still really fun and we just wanted to explore and just run around the street screaming and writing. So this is a few clips of us running around like madmen, especially Jaden. You can see Jaden's just in his own little world here, but yeah.
Oh yes! Fantastic! Fandabidosi, fantastic!
Now, this is when things started to get a little bit more serious, when we met Saskia. Saskia was originally going to be part of our group to bring together other creatives. But Saskia was already working in a group and she didn't really have time to work with us. We then worked just the three of us. This meeting was pretty volatile because we all had different directions of where we wanted our group to go. Just before going to this pub, we ended up exploring a haunted house, and I'm a little weird of spirits and stuff, but there was a really dark spirit in there, and actually it made us all a bit anxious and angry. Yeah, it was a bit strange, that meeting. But Saskia was the person to keep it together. She was awesome in that meeting. We're the sort of people who have big dreams, and we daydream a lot, saying, oh, we're going to start a literary movement like the Beat Generation. Because the Beat Generation, to me, especially when I came to Melbourne all alone, the beat books, for example Junkie by William Burroughs and Jack Kerouac, On the Road, it really helped me get through the lockdown. It made me feel like maybe I can write something that's not academic, something more real and raw. So I was looking for other modern writers who write like the Beats, and I couldn't find any. So I thought, why don't we start writing similar to the Beats? And I wonder if other people can join in along the way. And that's originally how our idea of the literary movement in Melbourne began. I know the movement is a big word, and at the time we had no idea what the hell our movement's gonna do, to be honest. But as you can see towards the end of the video, we now know what our movement is, and it's got substance now. But being young, dumb, and wanting to change the world, we just said we're going to start a movement. And the best way to start a movement is to write a book. So from this meeting, we decided we're going to write a book.
What is it?
Alright, here we go.
The new vision declares.
What do you got there?
Since Robin moved to the city in his new apartment, we decided to start on the book. Now begins the real work, when all hell breaks loose.
This is work. So,
when we started this book, we didn't really know what the hell we're going to be writing. But then I realised, why don't we just put all our notes together that we made on the street and turn it into a book? Throughout the process, it was really difficult, because the easiest thing about writing is writing the moments, but the hardest part is connecting the moments together, and that's what we really had a struggle with throughout this process.
So how are you feeling about everything recently, this past 3 months we've been together?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Things are escalating, which is quite nice. Yeah, it's good to revisit the places we started, because we've gone beyond them. There's something flying above us. No, I'm feeling pretty good about things. I think that we're on track with where we want to be, and we have a hell of a lot more work to do before Jay leaves us, which is going to break our hearts. But it is what it is. We carry on, and we continue doing what we're doing in other countries.
Are you exhausted?
So, I'd be lying if I said I'm not exhausted, but I've been exhausted for quite a few years now. I don't expect that's going to change, not unless I start doing some illegal stuff. Which I don't want to do.
If there's something you love about working together, you, Robin and I, and there's something you hate, and be real.
Well, the thing is, the things that I hate are also the things that I love. That's the thing. Like I hate go, but I love go 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 because it's what gets it done. So yeah, I don't really hate anything. I don't think. No, I hate the banter. I hate the banter. We're just shocking, terrible people. None of us are funny.
We just rip each other up.
We're just ridiculous. It should be illegal for us to get together. Honestly, it's like those sort of gatherings should be as illegal as large gatherings during COVID time because it's just chaos. It's just chaos and madness.
We ended up writing around 210 to 215 pages, collected from our notes that we spent on the street together and our adventures. And then we realised that it doesn't work, so we cut it to the very bone. We grew up a lot writing this book. We learned how to work in a team, because when you're writing with others, no one person is important. All of us are important. It's very important that we make all of our work shine bright, because if one person's falling behind, the entire book falls behind. So what we decided to do was write the adventures we had, the three of us, and compile it into days, and compile the days into chapters. And as the chapters go along, we move in and out of perspectives between Robin, Jaden, and me, Jay. And it worked. It took a very long time to get the book to read like water, because obviously when you have three different perspectives, it can get tricky and very sloppy. So after many arguments and after many hair-pulling moments, we finally put it together. There was a moment writing this book when we nearly stopped. We nearly gave up because there were times when one of us was not putting enough effort into the book as much as the others. And I said, if that's going to happen, you're out. So there was a bit of drama, but we pushed on through it, and eventually we made it to the other side.
Stalker! What'd you get? Yeah.
Got myself some. Ow! What are you doing?
Take it. I'm on lights.
What the fuck just happened?
This lady wanted to smash me in with a high heel boot, and she said, I stole this of a boy who wears high heels. And I was like, what's wrong with wearing high heels? She goes, sorry, I'm talking here. And then she said,
and people are swinging babies on chains.
I was going to call the police because I kicked Jaden in the head.
Did you?
No, you stabbed me with a pen.
Yeah, it's different.
There's a difference,
Get your
right?
facts straight at
I
least.
know, right? Is there a hole in your head?
Yes.
Good.
That's not the point.
But these guys are swinging babies on leashes. This is like they're walking babies on the lawn.
You go up to him and ask, can we get a video of you holding your baby?
Yeah. What is happening there? I'm so confused.
Like your baby, just in it. What's the purpose of the baby?
So we can drag them.
Throw him up.
We're trying to get it stuck in the tree.
Oh yeah.
Going first.
Okay, I'll go.
So here are the inhabitants of the baby clan. They're trying to throw babies on that tree. You ready? Oh! Aww!
I'm filming you, Robin.
Filming me, Jay. We're still abusing the babies.
We edited the book together. Jaden was the editor, and we gave advice in and out of what works, what doesn't. We killed a lot of our darlings, and if we felt like the work wasn't good enough from another writer, if it's myself or Robin or Jaden, we would constructively tell each other that our writing is crap, and we would all help each other how to make it better and read better. The beauty about working with Robin and Jaden was the fact that we could be honest with each other without hurting each other's feelings, because at the end of the day, we should not write together clapping each other on the back. If we feel like the writing is crap, we point it out as crap. And I think that's what got us through to the end and made the book what it is today.
How are you feeling now we're on our final scrap part?
I feel like I just took a big shit. And now I can finally flush it down.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, after you feel a shit and you feel like 3 kilos lighter and you get to walk out of the bathroom like, fuck yeah. That's how I feel.
Alright, shut up, get to work now. We've got to finish.
Yep.
Oh, is it recording?
It is. What's up? My name is John. No, his name is John.
So now we're on our last chapter
Yes, we are.
of editing.
It's about time.
It's about time. We
Oh.
brought all of our typewriters out here.
Typewriters.
Typewriters.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get it done. We're gonna go like pow.
We're nearly at the end, boys. How do you
Yep.
feel?
One more chapter.
It feels amazing. I didn't think we'd complete
We're
a
machines.
draft at all, no.
We're machines.
Machines.
You ready to get back to work?
Let's do it.
So, at the end of the day, this book was not only a product of our time together, but it was a self-development for us as free individuals in learning how to work with other writers, in learning how to work in a team, and in killing an ego, because we are all equal. There is no one more important than the other. And, well, here is the book.
So Robin just got the book and I'm super nervous to see if it would turn out alright, to see if I formatted it correctly, and if it is I'm going to cry because we spent this long making this book. This is a big deal. Oh my gosh, right at the end, 1 month, less than a month before I go, the book is printed. I hope it's okay. What is it? How is it?
It's pretty good.
Oh,
Oh, look at the back
this
of
is it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
How you feeling?
Yeah, so we got the book and I don't really know how to feel. I feel a bit weird because we're going to go over it inside again to see if there's any spelling errors. But it doesn't feel real because right here where we are is where everything started. Where we just sat with our notebooks and started writing about all the craziness going on around us. And the book, like a physical book's here, and it looks pretty nice inside. Like we used a typewriter to do all the fonts. Kind of feels unreal. Like, I thought I'd be crying. It's like, ah! But I'm really not. I'm just weirded out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We wrote it, and I almost killed Jay, and Jay almost killed me in the process of writing it. But, you know, in the end, we made it. You know, we're both still alive. And we're getting a coffee in a second, but there's always that shock of like getting the book for the first time. You're like, whoa, what have I done to deserve this? And then you realize you've put in the, fucking 60 hours of work, more than 60 hours of work.
Over 100, I mean.
Over 100 hours of work just to get to this stage. So, you deserve it, man. You deserve it.
Yeah, you too.
We deserve it.
We deserve our life.
Oh yeah.
We killed each other.
Almost killed each other. So don't kill people when you're writing a book.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot writing a book with these two. I've learned that writing doesn't have to be lonely. I've learned that writing with other writers can sometimes feel like moving a stick in cement. And I've also learned that there are a lot of people in this world who don't write, yet they try and drag all those writers trying to do something of themselves down into the deep dark depths of their misery. I've been trying to think about what this literary movement is, because being young with these ideologies, we're going to start a literary movement, we never really understood what we were doing. But now, after we finished the book, and I've seen there are a lot of people hating for us trying, it makes me feel good. It puts the fire into my soul, and it shows there are people out there who are trying to drag others down when all they're trying to do is create. So at the end of the day, the book that I'm going to present to you is a capture in time of the three of us in Melbourne, a capture of the people on the streets and the stories that many people miss. It's not trying to be anything revolutionary. All it is a capture in time, a capture of our time together. and a capture of time in Melbourne. So, if there's anything that I would like you to get out of this video and our book, is the message that no matter how hard people try and drag you down and down and down, without knowing you, without knowing the context, without knowing your life, they will try and drag you down. Because part of them, somewhere deep in their heart, has this rage of laziness, of not trying and cursing those who try. Don't let anyone stop you from creating, because not all of us are going to write like Hemingway, and if all of us could write like Hemingway wouldn't be special. To have the book in my hand and to feel it, to see the cover, and it looks really nice in my eyes, I'm proud of it, feels good, because if we gave in to these people full of hatred in their hearts, I would always wonder what if. And a story doesn't have to be just about writing, it's more about life. My mentality is, if you're gonna do something, do it, and don't wonder what if you didn't do it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Try again, do something different, but just do it, and then you'll never have that feeling of what if. If you're a beginner writer, or you want to do something, you'll always have that fear that people will try bully you and tell you to stop. If you're watching this and you want to write a book, or if you want to start your own literary movement, because after all, our movement is a movement between the three of us, technically, and everybody else that joins along, that's great, but a movement always starts with you. You could start a movement, and our movement is to find the courage to try, to find the courage to do it, and don't let these individuals hurting because they haven't tried, don't let them stop you. Just fucking do it, and let them cry, let them wail, and smile, even if they are hating you. So I guess at the end of the day, all I want to say is just do what you want to do, and don't let anyone stop you. Be the battering ram to the fucking doors, and don't apologise